an accomplished academician and experienced professional in the field of business administration. She currently serves as an assistant professor in the Department of Business Administration at LSM campus, Shobhan Singh Jinnah University in Almora, Uttarakhand. With a rich educational background and diverse range of teaching and industry experience, she brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise to her role. Dr. Pangeria holds PhD degree from Mysore University, Karnataka, and MPhil from Christ University, Bangalore. As a prolific researcher, Dr. Pangeria has an impressive track record of publication. She has contributed to esteemed journals and books with her research topics on areas such as private label marketing, consumer attitude, technology readiness. We hope this afternoon session proves to be an enlightening, thought provoking, and rewarding for each one of us. Let's make this afternoon an inspiring and fruitful experience for everyone involved. Ma'am, the stage is over to you, ma'am.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you can hear.
I-
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Actually, I was trying to connect since long. Hello. Hello.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Okay. So will be able to see it. Kindly tell me. For a while because yes, yes, sir. I know that. That's why just give me 2 minutes, please. हाँ मुझे पता है सुन यू आर ऑन म्यूट हाँ मुझे पता है सुनना मेरा सिस्टम हैंग कर गया है
Dear participants, sorry for the delay. Ruchita ma'am, we are able to see your screen.
Then click on enable editing map and press F5 button so that it will come presentation mode.
Ma'am, I hope the PPT is visible to you. No, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. You're audible,
Hello, am
ma'am.
I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm extremely sorry because of some technical glitches. My computer was not working properly. So, first of all, kindly pardon me for this. Dr. Janani, you are playing the
I'll be
PPT.
presenting, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. So, can you please move to the next slide? So, I'm Dr. Ruchita Pangaria. My introduction already Dr. Janani has given you. So, today we are going to discuss some specialized topic in qualitative research. So overview, can you please move to the next one? Yes. Just move to the overview slide, please.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So in this today's session, we are first going to see what are the mixed research methods. And under mixed research methods, these following topics we are going to cover. Then we will put little bit light on what are ethnographic research and how we can use these research into in our qualitative research approach. And we will see what are these ethnographic research and what planning and undertaking and how to write results of those reports we will see. And then finally, we will see the case study as a method of quantitative study. So let's first move to our topic, that is mixed research. Janani, can you please move to the next slide?
Yes.
So basically, mixed research, as the name is saying, it is a combination, or it is a research in which we combine both qualitative as well as quantitative methods together. And it is expected that when we are moving for mixed research method, we should be thorough with our qualitative as well as quantitative research design. So if we are aware of both the research designs and we know that how to conduct these two types of research design, so we can get more in-depth results by using the mixed research. And sometimes might be all of us have done some scale development of things. So for a phenomenon where there is no scale available, or there is lack of scales, or you think that those scales are not appropriate of measuring what you want to check, so mixed research methods can be used for scale development also, how we will see in further slides. Can you move to the next one? Yeah, so in mixed method design, it involves both quantitative and qualitative data, as I told you in earlier slide also. And after the data collection, analysis is conducted for both types of data, like qualitative and quantitative data. And our purpose is not just to collect quantitative as well as the qualitative data, but our objective is to do a comparison, integrating both types of data, articulation and interpretation of the results. So basically, why we are collecting both types of data? The answer is that both the data will support evidences, or it will serve the basic, which will allow the researchers to make a detailed comparison, integration and interpretation of the results. So purpose is not just to collect the data, but to merge the data so that both the data can support other types of data. So this process which I have mentioned here, it is called triangulation process. Now we have collected data, we have merged the data. Then next we should know that how we can write, or what are the methods to write both kind of, merging both kind of data. Can you please move to the next one? Next slide, please.
Just a moment, ma'am.
Yes. Shall I proceed?
Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, it is visible to me.
Yes.
So integration, when we are doing, so we have basically three ways how we can integrate the results of quantitative as well as qualitative data. So among them, the first one is narrative interrogation. And under this, we have three methods to interrogate the data. So first one is contiguous approach. So under contiguous approach, the quantitative data and qualitative data both are given in a narrative form. And under this approach, the results are presented in a single report using the contiguous method of interrogation. Means when you are explaining the results of qualitative data, the same time you will explain the results of quantitative data. But might be possible in two sections you are giving the results. The second one is webbing approach. So webbing approach, entails writing quantitative results together theme by theme. Like in first one, we are not following any theme. In contiguous approach, we are just giving the results together. Webbing approach, we will move theme by theme. Like we have formulated one theme, then we will tell that the result of our qualitative data is giving this theme, and with the results of quantitative data, what findings we got, we will combine with the result of qualitative data. And third one is our stacked approach. So stacked approach, in that we interrogate in multi-phase methodology. Means phase by phase or objective by objective, we will move forward when we are interrogating the data. The second one is data transformation interrogation. So basically, in this type of interrogation or this type of triangulation, what we do, we convert one type of data into another type of data. Like most of the time, that qualitative data we convert into quantitative data, like number of counts, how many times a number appeared, or how many times a phrase appears. So like that, we convert our qualitative data into quantitative form, and then we provide the answers of our research questions. The third one is joint display interrogation. To explain this joint display interrogation, ma'am, can you please move to the next slide? In this, we present our results side by side, and we use visual techniques like figures, tables, matrix, or graphs to explain our findings. So in this slide, you can see here, we are interrogating the quality of life rating, that is our quantitative data, and qualitative data. And then we are presenting the both types of data side by side, like chronic pain. So the respondent has given 4 out of 10, and what was his explanation of giving this ranking, that also he has given here. So you can see here the both data, qualitative as well as quantitative data, we are presenting in the same frame, and we are supporting our quantitative data with the help of qualitative data here. Ma'am, can you please move to the next slide? Now, when we are moving forward for that mixed research approach, so we need to remember few things. We need to consider few things in advance. The first one is that mixed research are the advanced methods, and it is very time consuming, because you see, when we are collecting one type of data during our PhD or during our research, it takes a lot of time. So in this, we have to do double work. One time we have to collect qualitative data, and one time we have to collect the quantitative data. So it is very, very time consuming method, and excessive data will be there, and which will required very much expertise in analysis and other things. And in this, just simply, it is not collection of data. In this, we will merge the data, integrate the data. We will find the linkage between qualitative and quantitative data. And we need to connect between the two sets of data, so that we can get more deeper understanding of our research questions, and we can find out more detailed answer of our research questions. Ma'am, can you move to the next one? Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Once again.
Hello, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
are
Yes,
audible,
ma'am.
ma'am. You are audible, ma'am. Give me 1 minute time, ma'am. 1 minute.
Yeah. Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Ma'am, can you see the screen?
Yes, Jan, I can. Shall we start? Shall we start? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can start.
Okay. So now when to use mixed research? It is not like if we want to do mixed research, I have made a plan that I will do mixed research, so I can simply move for that. So first thing we need to consider when we are planning to move for mixed research, that if I want that my research should have more strength, because see, this mixed research is giving us both qualitative findings as well as quantitative finding. So this will help to come up with a complex or detailed picture of a certain social issue. So when we think that the issue or the social issue or our research problem is very complicated, so that time we should move for the mixed research method. Simply for the sake of doing research, we should not move. Second one is, when you think that one type of research is not enough, or one type of data is not enough to answer the questions. For example, uh, there is a researcher who took interview from a small group of the respondents, and based on the interviews, the respondent is able to identify themes, trends, and different variables, and those variables he can use for further designing a research instrument, and then he can collect the data from the larger population from that particular scale. So you see here, when we think that available skills are not capable of answering my research problem, so that time I am moving forward to the mixed research. So if this kind of situation is there, when scales are not available, or the form of qualitative data or the quantitative data you are collecting is not sufficient to answer your queries, so that time you can move forward with the mixed research. Or sometimes it might be possible that you try to identify, or you try to find out some alternative perspective of your research findings. You try to know something else apart from just collecting the qualitative data, or just to quantitative data. So that time also, when you try to maximize the horizon of your findings, that time also you can move forward to the alternative, move towards the mixed research methods. So, ma'am, can you move to the next one? Yeah. So, what characteristics of mixed research are there, or what you need to tell before moving towards the mixed research? And these things you need to mention in your research papers also. So first one is research rational, means what is the reason why you are choosing a mixed research method as a methodology of your research. You need to be clear about that. You need to give the justification, the reason behind the need to collect both quantitative methods and qualitative methods. Next one is data collection methods. You need to tell whether which kind of data you will collect and how you will collect the data, whether you will collect both the data simultaneously or step by step you will collect. Then data priority means you are giving priority to quantitative data or qualitative data, or both kind of data are given the equal weightage. So all these information should be there in your research paper if you are writing, or in your research as well. And finally, the data gathering sequence also should be given, just like I told you, like which data you will collect first and why you will collect that data first. And basically, it depends on the research designs, which we are going to discuss in next slides. So based on your research design, you will tell that which data gathering sequence you are following. So there are basically, if you will see, 6 type of research designs are there under mixed research method, but the later 3 you are seeing here, embedded, transformative design, and multi-phase design, these are the combination of above 3 designs only. For this lecture's purpose or FDP's purpose, I am covering first 3, that conventional parallel design, explanatory sequential design, and exploratory sequential design we will discuss in detail. So first one is convergent parallel design. Ma'am, please move the slide. So convergent parallel design, in this type of research design, we collect both quantitative data and qualitative data together. analysis for both the types of data separately, and then we compare the results of both types of our data, and then based on the comparison we interpret the thing. So for example, the objective of a research is to determine factor affecting teachers confidence level towards the oral communication. Since the researcher is going to use convergent parallel design, so he is expected to collect both types of data at the same time. So in this case, the quantitative data is the confidence level towards the oral communication, whereas the qualitative data is the experience on factors that affect the confidence towards the oral communication. So both the data sets have been collected by the researcher, and then he will do the data analysis. And the results are analyzed, and in order to come up with detailed interpretation, it should be noted that the strength of a design is the combination of advantages of each form of data. So the qualitative data provides generalizability here, and the qualitative data offers more information about the context. So one kind of data will give you generalizability, and another kind of data will give you more information about the context. So this is one type of research design. Shall we move, ma'am? Next one, please. Second one is the explanatory sequential design. So in this type of research design, it involves collection of quantitative and qualitative data separately. You can see here in this diagram, the quantitative data is collected first and then it analyzed, and then we collect qualitative data, and then analysis we do, and then finally we give the results. So in this, I will explain this type of explanatory sequential design with one example. Suppose, for example, the objective of a research is to find the challenges experienced by the students during online classes at the time of COVID. So since we are using explanatory sequential design, so first we will collect the quantitative data, and after the analysis of quantitative data, we will collect the qualitative data, and in that qualitative data collection we will ask the questions related to how was their personal experience and what was the reasons behind that kind of responses. So the qualitative data then we subject it to the data analysis, and after which the interpretation from the results will be made. So role of qualitative data here is to provide support to the quantitative data which we have collected earlier. Shall we move, ma'am? Next one, please. Next research design is exploratory sequential design. It is very common, and I think we all are faculties here. Most of us have done this, like how we formulate scale for any variable. So in this design, first we collect qualitative data, and we do data analysis, and we formulate or we find out certain codes, themes we develop, and certain variables we identify, and then based on those themes or variables we formulate our research instrument, and with the help of that research instrument uh, we do quantitative data, we go for the quantitative data collection, and then data analysis we do, and then we give the interpretation of results. So here that quantitative here the qualitative data which you collected earlier provides the foundations for the research instrument, and after doing reliability tests, validity tests of the quantitative data, actually we support our qualitative data. So this is one another type of exploratory sequential design, another type of mixed research method. So I have few research papers available, but I'm not able to share with you people. I don't know what is the problem. Ma'am, can you allow me, can you give me permission to share my screen? Because I am in from my laptop also. If possible, I want to show few research articles.
Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am. You can share now.
Yeah, let me try. some issue is happening here. What I will do, I will share these PPTs to Dr. Nirupa. My screen is visible to you? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, it's coming.
Yeah, just wait, might be possible.
No, ma'am, it's just taking time.
It's taking a lot of time. So what I will do, I will share these research articles to Dr. Nirupa, and then
It's coming.
later on.
Now it is coming. Check, ma'am.
Pardon? Pardon?
Now it is coming, ma'am.
Is it coming?
Yes, yes.
Oh, good. Yeah. So few articles are there which I want to show you. So first, let's see the convergent parallel mix design. It's taking a lot of time, so too much time waste is there. I will share it with Dr. Nirupa. She will share with you people because some issue is happening. I don't know why it is not opening. Shall we move if you will allow me?
Ma'am, you want me to share the PPT or PDF file?
Yeah, you please share the PPTs because I don't know what time that some technical glitch will come and I will not be able to show you further
Yes, ma'am.
PPT.
Ready, ma'am. You can continue.
Yeah. So shall we move? So next one is next topic is ethnography in qualitative research. So ethnography basically it is the study of human beings. Basically, it is originated from it is anthropology. That topic has been emerged from anthropology, and basically we see here or we learn more about the social interaction or the behavior or the perceptions that occurs within the groups and organization and communities. So earlier this kind of study was used to study about human beings, but nowadays we use these techniques a lot when we try to understand the human behavior in organizations. So this is very very useful for the people who are into HR domain. So this research method offers a way forward to help overcome the limitation which was relying solely on interview data, because most of the time we uh, go for interviewing people or we go for some data collection and all. So with that kind of data collection methods we are not able to capture very basic elements of human behavior, means how they interact, what are the informal ways of communication. So in ethnography basically our main tool for collecting the data is the observation, but with that observation we can combined multiple other methods also, like interviews, documentation seeking. So with the help of those kind of data which we are additional data which we are collecting, so triangulation is possible. So one kind of data can support our observation data also. And this kind of studies the participants observation also provides ethnographer an opportunity to greater empirical insight to the social practices. So the researcher themselves can interact and can be a part of the society, the culture or the groups, and then can give more detailed observations or more detailed findings about a particular group of people. So features of ethnographic research, can you move to the next one? So ethnographic research, it is not like we are conducting a research in a like experimental setup. So it is like everyday context, we are observing the people into their natural setting so that we can get more reliable findings. And we are not bound only to only to the observation method of collecting data. So we can combine various other types of instruments together, and we can collect the data, and it is in-depth study. The focus is only till a few cases, might be one organization, or might be one tribe, or might be certain group of people. So the sample size will be very small, and sampling method will be mostly in articles we have seen that the sampling method is sampling method is the judgmental sampling, or your I forgot the name actually, just it slipped from my mind. That is purposive sampling we use generally under the ethnographic research. And can you move to the next one? And the data collection doesn't follow a set rules or set structure. Here what we do, whatever we are observing, we write down on the diary at the same time or at the end of the day, and then based on our interpretation, it is not like we are using any tool or any scales we are using or anything else we are using. It is based on our interpretation, how we are interpreting the results which we are getting from the field. So diary notes plays very, very important role here. And there are various sources of data collection, you can go for that collection of old literature you can find out, or you can interact with the people, or previous history books you can find out to get the data. And qualitative results we will get from here. There is very less scope for quantitative data or quantitative research in ethnographic research. Ma'am, next point, please. So before moving to ethnographic research, first thing we need to do planning. And under the planning, the first thing is attending the approval from the appropriate decision makers for the access to the research settings. Because most of the time people they don't want that somebody from outside will come and they will ask them questions, or they will interact with them, or they will sit with them. So you need to take permission before selecting your target group. And ethics are also very, very important here. And under ethics we need to take the concern from the participant. Fully concerned we have to take, like we will not do any harm to them, or informed consents we need to take up, and we need to tell about privacy and confidentiality of major data. So first step is that. Then second is the sampling. So as I told you, the sample will be uh, here the individuals or the actions or the activities, and mostly purposive sampling we use here. Data collection, like participants observation, is the most used method under ethnographic research. So it is basically the observational research. And nowadays if you will see in retail settings, like we can use the cameras, or the heat maps can be used in retail setting. But if you want to do ethnographic research with a particular group, then participants observation is required. Apart from this, you can combine it with the depth interview or documentary analysis or the life histories. So these are some ways. Then finally, we need to triangulate whatever that data we are getting. So it is an analytical technique, like in second slide also I was explaining. So in that you are combining the qualitative and quantitative data together to get more depth and holistic understanding of a phenomena. And reflexivity is very prime thing here, because see, as I told you, that results, whatever we are giving, that is our interpretation. So reflexivity refers the representation, recognition, and placement of the self into the ethnographic inquiry. Means how you would feel if you are a part of that particular group. And then finally, the data analysis. So most of the data which we are collecting here, it is unstructured data. And three types of data you will get here: that descriptive analysis we can do, and interpretation we need to do that. Field notes plays very important role here. And that if qualitative data is coming, so NVivo and Ethnograph, two softwares are there. With the help of these softwares, you can perform ethnographic data analysis. Next please, ma'am. Now the writing up part is important here. You need to think that you are a part of that particular, ma'am please, yeah, you need to you are a part of that particular group, and how you would feel if you are there. So writing is not like what others think. What is your thinking about that? It doesn't mean that what is data saying. It is more about what is your feelings and how you interpret the data. So you need to write up like this, so that the people will get the understanding of about that particular group. Ma'am please, next one. Now that is the next topic, and it is the case study as a method of qualitative data collection. So case study, basically, I would not say it is a method, it is a research strategy itself. And in this strategy, it is not like just you are collecting the data of the people. You can interview them, you can observe them, and ethnography can be used as a method to collect the data under case studies also. So case studies are qualitative designs in which the researcher explore in depth a program, event, activity, process, or more individuals. And the data collection here is in-depth study. And the case study research allow the researchers to use any method of data collection which suits their purpose. Like they can go for questionnaire, they can go for survey, in-depth interview, participant and non-participant observation, or they can refer to some previous documents like books, archive manuscripts, or audio visual records. So basically, case study research is known as a on desk research. But now in new research papers we have seen that it is combining other tools or other methods also of the data collection. Units of analysis could be here one individual or a family or a household, a community or an organization. It could be anything. Types of case study, if we will see, it is descriptive, explanatory, and exploratory. Three types of case studies are there. So descriptive, as the name is saying, it describes certain phenomena in the real world context, and it used extensively in sociology and anthropology. So basically here we are not doing any data analysis. We are just learning how something is happening. We are describing a phenomenon, how something is happening. Whereas explanatory case studies, we will try to explain why something is happening under certain conditions. And in this, I will just share the PPTs. I will just share the papers. You can see there. Like we will try to find out variables, and we try to try to maintain the connect between them. So we can it is more about like our that research which we do, empirical researches, but the difference is that it is focused only for one company or one family or one particular case. Third one is exploratory case study. So here the purpose is to explore more about a particular phenomenon, or we try to identify the fresh research questions. So that time we need to follow the exploratory case studies. So in this, basically what we do under exploratory case study, we connect 4 5 cases together, and based on those we try to answer certain problems. Ma'am, please move to the next one. So key elements when we are using case study research designs, and these elements we need to mention in our research articles or our research papers. So first one, we need to tell that what is the purpose of our study, and then we need to tell that which type of research it will be under case study, like it will be a exploratory, explanatory, or descriptive. And then based on that we need to give the research questions, and after that we need to tell about whether we are focusing on a single case or multiple cases we are covering, and what is the purpose, what are the research questions, and resource available in terms of manpower, money, and time. Literature review, sampling, methods of data collection adopted need to be mentioned in your research papers, and how you are going to do data analysis. So in case study, it is not like only qualitative case studies are there, quantitative case studies are also presents, and we have multiple examples which they use case study research as a method, and they perform qualitative and quantitative analysis. And then finally, presentation of the results you need to mention. Next, ma'am, please. So pre-field phase, when before starting your research, the operational detail should be very carefully designed. So you need to decide to ascertain whether case study is the most suitable choice for the method or not. Because the case study's objective is to do intensive research on a specific area, such as individuals, group, institutes, or community. So case study makes it possible to identify essential factors, procedures, and relationships. So you need to decide why you want to move for case study as a research method. And then case protocols you need to give here. Protocol is a formal document which will capture the entire set of procedures. So you need to mention the research questions, research methods, permission seeking, ethical consideration, interpretation, and criteria for assessment. Next one is the field phase. Ma'am, please move the slide. So in the field phase, first, before collection of the empirical material, the researcher must know that what is which case you are focusing on, who is your target audience, and who are the participants, and how to approach them. We need to take permission before moving to the field phase, and then we need to interact with them. In interaction we can use semi structured interviews, or we can go for observation technique or the documentation collection. We can use any of the method, because in case study we are not following any specific method of data collection. And then interaction with excuse me, then the interaction, like combination of multiple sources of material in the case study, and it gives if you are using multiple sources of data or the multiple sources of information, it gives breadth, complexity, richness, and in-depth to the study. So reporting phase is the next one. So just collecting the data is not a very good thing, but how you are reporting it, it is give more weightage to your case study. So whenever we are writing a case, we need to write it like a story. Like first we need to describe about the case, we need to give the case description, then we need to tell who are the participants, then relationship description, then what are the protocols you have followed, and then empirical material and interpretation of data, and finally conclusion. So these 6 points must be there in your research article. So this is all about the case study. Then sometimes we get confused that the case study and ethnography, the both are using observational techniques. So they both are same or different. So actually they both are different in two ways. The first is that ethnography requires certain period of time in the field uh, for observation, but in case of case study, it is not like your participant, it is not only dependent on the observational data. So you basically mainly we use interviews as a technique under case study, but observation can be embedded with the interviews. The second one is the case study research tend to follow the ethnographic methods, whereas in contrast that the ethnographers do not allow procedures case studies. So case study do not have present direct or detailed observation, but it can base on any qualitative or quantitative data. So this is all from my side. I'm really sorry that I am not able to show you few research articles. I'm sharing it with Dr. Nirupa. Nirupa, can you please share these articles to the research, to the people who are joining there, so that they will get some understanding. I have highlighted all the important points there. You can just share it with others.
Yeah,
I
sure, I
will
will do
email.
it.
Okay, so I will end at this point, and I'm extremely sorry that first my voice is not clear. I'm suffering with very heavy cold, and second, because of this technical issues, I'm really sorry, Nirupa. Yeah. Any question, any queries are there? You can ask me.
Yes, ma'am. We have some question in the chat box. Will the respondents for both qualitative and quantitative will be same or not? Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. In which case study they are asking, or
I
hello?
think yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
In case study, no? In case study, yes, both should be the same, because simultaneously you are collecting the data, no? It will be the same. But when you are using some mix research, then again it depends like which research design you are following. Hello.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The next question.
Yeah.
How do researchers handle the integration of findings when the results of quantitative and qualitative components appear to conflict?
See, that time you need to give supporting literature. You need to find out from literature, like might be possible. If first of all they are coming conflicting, it means there is some error, because the same data you are collecting with the same person. No, so some biasness or some error is there, or might be possible. Sometimes if it is coming conflicting, then you need to refer the previous literature where you can find out that the similar kind of issues came with some other researcher as well. So you need to justify that.
Okay, ma'am. Next question. In terms of Pling, how do researchers determine the appropriate size of and characteristics for both quantitative and qualitative samples in a mixed method of study, ma'am?
Method. See, in mixed research method, so again it depends like which tool you are using, whether if you are using surveys, no, so that time you need to see that what is your population. In case of case study, you can go with one single case as well. Okay, in case of ethnography, you can go for one group itself. But in case of some survey and then with the same group you are doing quantitative analysis also, then you need to check that what is your population, and then some thumb rules are there. So based on the thumb rules, you can measure what will be the exact population sample size.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, if you have any question, please post it in the chat box. I think there are no more queries, ma'am. As we draw the curtains for this fifth day of enriching journey of qualitative research faculty development program, I'm honored to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Ruchita, whose expertise and insight have been invaluable in broadening our perspective and enriching the understanding. Specialized topics on qualitative research paradigms, mixed research, convergent parallel design, ethnographic study, case study in detail. Thank you, ma'am, for being here and teaching us all these concepts in spite of being not well. Our heartfelt appreciation to each of you for your active participation throughout this enlightening endeavor. Let this FDP serve as a catalyst for continuous learning, innovation, and application of qualitative research methodology in the future researches. Looking forward to see you all with the same enthusiasm tomorrow. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Janani ma'am, can I end the meeting?